Chosen one, the divine relocation. Order. God is moving you from where you were to where you belong. You started to feel restless in places that once felt normal, and conversations that once made sense began to feel empty and distant, as if your soul was quietly stepping away from what no longer belonged to your future. This feeling was not confusion, and it was not loneliness, even though it may have felt that way at times, because it was the beginning of a divine separation, a necessary movement away from what could not support your calling. Type Amen if you believe. God does not remove you from a place without preparing something better ahead, even when you cannot yet see it, and even when the journey between the two places feels uncertain and unclear. There is always a purpose behind the movement, and there is always love behind the process, even when it feels difficult to trust. Take a moment right now and gently show your faith by supporting this journey with a like, because your small act of belief can open the door to greater peace and blessings flowing into your life in ways you cannot yet see. In the quiet moments of your life, when you felt like you were standing still while everything around you continued moving, God was working in ways that your eyes could not perceive, arranging paths, aligning opportunities, and shaping your heart so that you would be ready for what is coming next. Every delay had a purpose, every closed door carried protection, and every moment of waiting held a deeper preparation that is now beginning to unfold. You are not being pushed away without direction, and you are not being left behind without care, because this movement is guided with precision, love, and intention that is far greater than anything you have experienced before. Even the pain you have felt along the way has not been wasted, because it has softened your heart, strengthened your faith, and opened your spirit to receive something greater than what you once thought was enough. There were moments when you questioned why things were falling apart, why relationships were shifting, and why certain paths were no longer working the way they once did. But those moments were not signs of loss. They were signs of transition, guiding you step by step into a new space where your life will begin to reflect the deeper purpose placed within you. Type 222 to affirm. God is not taking something away from you to leave you empty, but rather to make room for what truly belongs in your life. What will bring peace instead of confusion, clarity instead of doubt, and joy instead of struggle. This movement is not about losing your past, but about stepping into your future with a heart that is ready to receive what God has prepared. As you continue forward, you will begin to notice small changes that carry deep meaning, subtle shifts that guide your thoughts, your decisions, and your direction in ways that feel gentle but undeniable. You will feel a quiet assurance growing within you, even when the path ahead is not fully visible, because your spirit will recognize the presence of God leading you every step of the way. The place you are being moved toward is not just a physical location or a new situation, but a state of alignment where your life begins to flow in harmony with your purpose, where your actions reflect your calling, and where your heart finds the peace it has been searching for all along. This is where you will begin to understand why certain things had to end, why certain people had to leave, and why certain doors had to close, because they were not part of where you truly belong. You are being guided into a space where your identity becomes clearer, where your strength becomes visible, and where your connection with God becomes deeper and more meaningful than ever before. This is not just a change in direction, but a transformation of your entire journey, shaping you into the person you were always meant to become. Most people ignored this strange 7-second exercise when they first heard about it. That changed when stories began surfacing from people who had paid off debt, upgraded their lifestyles, purchased new homes, and experienced unexpected financial improvements. A recently surfaced CIA document points to an unusual brainwave process that is rapidly gaining attention online. Reports claim that 4 separate neuroscience research teams examined the method and found evidence that it may help shift mental patterns connected to wealth, opportunity, and personal success. Those who once struggled financially now say money seems to appear in ways they never anticipated. As interest grows, information about this method is becoming increasingly difficult to find. Click the link in the description and comments below to learn what everyone is talking about. Trust the process, even when it feels unfamiliar, because what lies ahead is filled with purpose, peace, and fulfillment that cannot be found in the places you have left behind. Your steps are being ordered with care, and your path is being shaped with love that does not fail or fade. As you walk through this space between where you were and where you are going, you may feel a sense of distance from what once defined your identity, because the old version of you is slowly being released, and a new strength is being formed within your heart that reflects the deeper calling God has placed upon your life. This process may feel unfamiliar, and at times it may even feel uncomfortable, but it is shaping you in ways that are necessary for the next chapter that is waiting to unfold. Type 222 if you walk by faith. There are moments when your mind may try to return to what is known and familiar, because it feels easier to stay where things are predictable, even if they are not fulfilling, but your spirit is being drawn towards something greater, something that cannot be found in the places you have already outgrown. This pull is not something to resist, because it is the gentle hand of God leading you forward, even when you cannot fully understand where the path is taking you. Every step you take in faith is building a foundation that will support the life you are being called into. A life that is not based on fear or uncertainty, but on trust, purpose, and the quiet assurance that God is present in every detail of your journey. Even when the path seems unclear, there is a divine order guiding your steps, aligning your experiences, and placing you exactly where you need to be at the right time. You may notice that certain connections in your life begin to fade, not because you have done anything wrong, but because your path is changing, and not everyone is meant to walk with you into the place God is preparing. This is not a rejection, and it is not a loss, but a necessary part of your growth, allowing space for new connections that will support your purpose and reflect the direction you are being led. In the quiet of your heart, you will begin to feel a growing peace, even in the middle of uncertainty, because your spirit recognizes that this movement is not random, and it is not without purpose. It is guided by a love that sees beyond your present moment, a love that understands your future, and is carefully preparing you for it. Type 1010 if you agree. There were times when you felt overlooked, when your efforts seemed unnoticed, and when your prayers felt like they were not being answered. But those moments were not ignored by God, because every tear, every hope, and every silent cry was seen and held with care. What you experienced was not abandonment, but preparation, shaping your heart so that it could carry the weight of the blessings that are coming. The place you are being moved toward is not built on the same patterns that once held you back, but on a new foundation where your growth, your peace, and your purpose can flourish without restriction. This place will not drain your spirit or leave you feeling empty, because it has been designed to support who you are becoming, not who you used to be. As you continue forward, there will be moments of clarity that feel like gentle light breaking through the clouds. Moments where you suddenly understand why certain things had to change, why certain paths had to end, and why you had to be moved from where you once stood. These realizations will not come all at once, but they will arrive in quiet waves, bringing comfort and reassurance to your heart. God is not rushing your journey, and He is not forcing you into something you are not ready for, because every step is being timed with care, allowing you to grow, to heal, and to become stronger in ways that will sustain you in the life ahead. This timing may not always match your expectations, but it is always aligned with what is best for you. Even in the moments when you feel uncertain, there is a deeper certainty within your spirit that cannot be shaken, a quiet knowing that you are being led, protected, and guided towards something meaningful and lasting. This knowing is not based on what you can see, but on the presence of God working within you, reminding you that you are not alone in this journey. The movement you are experiencing is not just about changing your surroundings, but about transforming your entire life, aligning your heart with your purpose, and placing you in a position where you can grow into the person you were always meant to become. This transformation is not always easy, but it is always worth it, because it leads you into a life that reflects the truth of who you are. You are being moved with intention, with care, and with a love that understands every part of your journey, every fear, every hope, and every desire that lives within your heart. Nothing about this process is accidental, and nothing is happening without purpose, because God is leading you step by step into a place where you will finally feel at home within your own life. As this journey continues, you will begin to feel a deeper connection with God, a sense of peace that does not depend on your circumstances, and a strength that carries you forward even when the path feels uncertain. This connection will guide you, support you, and remind you that everything you are experiencing is part of a greater plan that is unfolding with love and precision. What if the ability to attract greater wealth has been inside your mind all along? Newly revealed CIA-related research describes a brief 7-second routine believed to activate a little-known mental state associated with abundance and achievement. According to reports, the technique was reviewed by multiple neuroscience laboratories and is now being used daily by thousands of people looking to escape financial pressure and create a life filled with freedom, travel, and opportunity. Due to growing attention, access to this information may not remain available for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. This feeling is not loud or overwhelming, but soft and steady, like a calm voice within your spirit, reminding you that you are exactly where you need to be, even if everything around you still feels uncertain. The more you lean into this quiet assurance, the more you begin to see that every step you have taken, even the painful ones, has been leading you toward this moment of awakening and understanding. Type 1111 to receive miracles. There was a time when you believed that holding on would keep you safe, that staying where things were familiar would protect you from the unknown. But now you are beginning to see that true safety does not come from staying in one place, but from trusting the one who is guiding your steps. This realization brings a new kind of strength into your heart, a strength that is not based on control, but on surrender, allowing God to lead you into spaces you once feared but are now ready to embrace. As you continue this journey, you may notice that your thoughts begin to change, becoming more peaceful and less filled with worry, because your spirit is aligning with the truth that you are being cared for in ways you cannot always see. This alignment brings a sense of calm that remains even when circumstances are not perfect, because it is rooted in faith rather than external conditions. There are moments when you may look back and remember the places you once stood, the people you once walked with, and the paths you once believed would last forever, and you may feel a gentle ache in your heart as you realize how much has changed. This feeling is not a sign of regret, but a reflection of the love and growth that shaped you during those times, preparing you for what lies ahead. Type 999 if you trust Jesus. God does not erase your past or take away the memories that have formed your story, but He transforms them into stepping stones that support your future, allowing you to carry the lessons without carrying the weight that once held you down. Every experience becomes part of your strength, part of your wisdom, and part of the person you are becoming. In this stage of your journey, you may begin to notice new doors opening in quiet and unexpected ways, opportunities that feel aligned with your heart rather than forced or uncertain, and connections that bring peace instead of confusion. These are not coincidences, but signs that you are moving closer to the place that has been prepared for you. The path ahead may not be fully visible, but the direction is becoming clearer, and your steps are becoming more confident, even if they are still gentle and careful. You are learning to trust not just the destination, but the process itself, understanding that every moment carries meaning and purpose. There is a beautiful transformation taking place within you, one that is not always seen on the outside, but deeply felt within your spirit. As you begin to let go of fear, release the need for control, and open your heart to receive what God is placing before you. This transformation is shaping your identity, helping you see yourself not through the lens of past struggles, but through the truth of who you are meant to be. You are no longer the same person who once doubted your path or questioned your worth, because something within you has shifted, something that cannot be undone or reversed. This shift is not loud or dramatic, but it is powerful, steady, and deeply rooted in the presence of God, guiding your life. As you move forward, you will begin to notice that the things that once drained your energy no longer hold the same power over you, and the fears that once kept you from moving ahead begin to lose their grip. This is not because your circumstances have suddenly become perfect, but because your perspective has changed, allowing you to see beyond temporary challenges and focus on the greater purpose that is unfolding. God is not only moving you physically or externally, but He is also moving your heart, your mindset, and your spirit into alignment with His plan, creating a harmony within you that brings peace even in the middle of change. This inner movement is just as important as the outer journey because it prepares you to receive what is coming next. There will be moments of joy that feel pure and unexpected, moments where you realize that you are no longer carrying the same heaviness you once did, and that your heart feels lighter, freer, and more open than before. These moments are signs that you are stepping into the life that was meant for you, a life that reflects the love, peace, and purpose that God has placed within you. You are being led into a space where your presence will matter, where your voice will carry meaning, and where your life will reflect the beauty of a journey that was guided with care and intention. This space is not something you have to force or chase, because it is already being prepared, waiting for you to arrive in the right time. Even when the path feels slow, even when you wish things would happen faster, there is a deeper wisdom in the timing of your journey, a timing that ensures everything aligns perfectly when it unfolds. Nothing is being delayed without purpose, and nothing is being rushed without care. You are learning patience, not as a burden, but as a gift that allows you to grow, to reflect, and to become ready for what is ahead. This patience is strengthening your faith, helping you trust that everything is happening exactly as it should. A little-known discovery hidden within leaked CIA research is generating worldwide attention. The technique takes only 7 seconds and is believed to place the brain into a powerful state linked to financial growth and success. Researchers from 4 neuroscience facilities reportedly observed unusual effects connected to this process. Since then, people have shared stories of unexpected income, dream vacations, luxury purchases, and opportunities they never thought possible. Awareness of this method remains limited, and the page revealing it could vanish without warning. Click the link in the description and comments below to see why interest is spreading so quickly. In this season, you may notice that your reactions are changing, your thoughts are becoming softer, and your heart is responding with more grace than it once did, because God is not only moving your surroundings but also renewing the way you experience life itself. This renewal is a sign that you are stepping into alignment with your purpose, becoming more aware of who you are meant to be, and less attached to the patterns that once held you back. Type 2020 if you trust in God. There is a quiet strength forming within you, one that does not need to prove itself or seek approval, because it is rooted in something deeper than the opinions of others or the circumstances around you. This strength allows you to walk forward with calm confidence, even when the path is not fully clear, because your trust is no longer placed in what you can control, but in the one who is guiding you. You may begin to see that the struggles you once faced were not meant to break you, but to build a foundation within you that could carry the life you are being led into. Every moment of difficulty has added depth to your spirit, teaching you patience, compassion, and resilience in ways that could not have been learned any other way. As you continue this journey, there may still be moments when old fears try to return, whispering doubts that attempt to pull you back into the past, but those fears no longer hold the same power, because you are no longer the same person who once listened to them without question. You have grown, you have learned, and you have been strengthened in ways that now allow you to move forward with courage. Type 1212 to claim miracles. There is something beautiful about the way God leads you, because it is never harsh or forceful, but always gentle, patient, and filled with love that understands your heart completely. Even when you feel uncertain, there is a quiet reassurance that continues to guide you, reminding you that you are not alone and that every step is being watched over with care. In this phase of your relocation, you may find yourself drawn to new environments, new ideas, and new ways of thinking that bring a sense of peace rather than confusion. These shifts are not accidental, but intentional, guiding you closer to the place where your spirit will feel fully at home. You are being aligned with what truly belongs to you, and everything that does not fit into this alignment is slowly being released. There is no need to rush or force anything in this process, because what is meant for you will come at the right time, in the right way, without unnecessary struggle or confusion. This is the beauty of divine timing, where everything unfolds naturally, without pressure, allowing you to receive each blessing with a heart that is ready and open. You are learning to trust this timing, even when it does not match your expectations, because you are beginning to see that what God is preparing for you is far greater than anything you could have planned on your own. This understanding brings a deep sense of peace, allowing you to let go of the need to control every outcome, and instead rest in the assurance that everything is being handled with wisdom and care. As your journey continues, there will be moments where you feel a deep sense of gratitude for how far you have come, moments where you recognize the growth that has taken place within you and the strength that has been built through every challenge. These moments are reminders that you are not the same person you once were, and that your journey has been shaping you for something meaningful and lasting. You are being led into a space where your gifts will begin to shine more clearly, where your presence will bring light into the lives of others, and where your life will reflect the love and grace that God has poured into your heart. This is not something you need to strive for, because it will flow naturally as you continue to walk in alignment with your purpose. Even when there are days that feel slow or quiet, there is still movement taking place beneath the surface, a steady progression that is guiding you closer to your destination. Nothing is being wasted, and nothing is being overlooked, because every part of your journey is being used to shape the life you are stepping into. You may not always see the full picture, but you are learning to trust the process, to believe in the unseen, and to walk forward with faith that does not depend on immediate results. This faith is becoming your foundation, giving you the strength to continue even when the path feels uncertain. There is a deep peace that comes from knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be in this moment, even if it is not where you will stay forever. This peace allows you to rest, to breathe, and to trust that everything is unfolding as it should, without fear or doubt. Your relocation is not just a physical movement, but a spiritual journey that is transforming every part of your life, aligning your heart with your purpose, and guiding you into a future that reflects the love and care that has always been surrounding you. As you continue forward, you will begin to see that this journey is not about leaving something behind, but about stepping fully into the life that was always meant for you. This is the stage where you are no longer only being moved outwardly, but inwardly transformed in ways that bring lasting peace into your spirit. The change is subtle, yet powerful, shaping how you see your life, how you respond to challenges, and how you carry yourself through each moment. You are becoming more grounded, more aware, and more connected to the presence of God that has been guiding you all along. Type yes to affirm. Some are calling this one of the most remarkable wealth discoveries ever revealed. Newly uncovered CIA files describe a simple 7-second brainwave technique believed to help recondition the mind for prosperity and abundance. Supported by findings reportedly reviewed by 4 neuroscience research centers, this daily practice is attracting attention from people seeking financial breakthroughs. Many claim it helped them move from financial struggle to greater stability, freedom, and success. Information surrounding this technique is becoming harder to locate online. Click the link in the description and comments below before it is gone. There is a quiet realization forming within you that the things you once chased are no longer necessary, and the approval you once sought no longer holds the same importance, because your identity is no longer rooted in temporary things, but in a deeper understanding of who you are meant to be. This realization brings freedom, allowing you to release the pressure of trying to fit into places that were never designed for your growth. As you continue to move forward, you may find that your pace has changed, becoming slower and more intentional, because you are no longer rushing to reach an outcome, but learning to trust each step as it comes. This shift in pace is not a delay, but a sign of maturity, allowing you to fully experience the journey without missing the quiet beauty within it. There will be moments when you reflect on your past and see it with new eyes, understanding that what once felt like rejection was actually protection, and what once felt like loss was actually preparation. This understanding brings a sense of peace that replaces the confusion you once carried, helping you see your journey as a path filled with purpose rather than uncertainty. Type 222 if you walk by faith. You are being gently guided into spaces where your spirit feels lighter, where your thoughts are clearer, and where your heart can rest without the weight of constant worry. These spaces may not always look the way you expected, but they carry a sense of calm that reassures you that you are moving in the right direction. God is leading you into environments that will nurture your growth, relationships that will support your journey, and opportunities that will align with your purpose. This alignment is not something you need to force, because it will come naturally as you continue to follow the path set before you. There is a beautiful stillness that begins to settle within you, a stillness that is not empty, but filled with trust, faith, and quiet confidence. This stillness allows you to listen more closely to the gentle guidance within your heart, helping you make decisions that are not driven by fear, but by peace. As this transformation continues, you may notice that your reactions to situations have changed, becoming more patient, more understanding, and more grounded, because your strength is no longer coming from external validation, but from the deep connection you are building with God. This connection is becoming your anchor, keeping you steady even when circumstances shift around you. There are moments when you will feel a deep sense of gratitude for how far you have come, moments where you realize that the person you once were has grown into someone stronger, wiser, and more at peace. These moments are reminders that your journey is not in vain, and that every step has been leading you toward this place of inner stability. You are being prepared for a life that reflects balance, peace, and purpose. A life where you are not constantly striving to prove yourself, but simply living in alignment with who you are meant to be. This preparation is happening in ways that are both seen and unseen, shaping your future with care and intention. Even when you encounter moments of uncertainty, there is a deeper trust within you that continues to guide you forward, reminding you that you are not alone and that every step is being watched over with love. This trust is becoming your strength, allowing you to move forward without fear of the unknown. You are no longer being defined by your past, but by the direction you are moving toward. And this direction is filled with hope, possibility, and a sense of purpose that is becoming clearer with each step you take. The path ahead may still hold unknowns, but it is also filled with promise, guiding you into a future that reflects the truth of who you are. As you continue on this journey, you will begin to see that your relocation is not just about reaching a destination, but about becoming the person who is ready to receive what awaits there. This readiness is being formed within you through patience, faith, and the quiet strength that continues to grow in your heart. God is not only guiding you to where you belong, but shaping you into someone who can fully live and thrive in that place, someone who can embrace the blessings, the opportunities, and the purpose that will unfold there. This shaping is a process that takes time, but it is filled with care and intention that ensures everything aligns perfectly. There is a deep comfort in knowing that you are being led with love, that your journey is not random, and that every step is part of a greater plan that is unfolding with precision and grace. This comfort allows you to rest in the present moment, trusting that the future is being prepared even when you cannot yet see it. You begin to notice that your thoughts are no longer filled with the same questions or worries that once occupied your mind, because something deeper within you has shifted, allowing you to trust the path ahead without needing every detail to be revealed. This trust is not something you forced, but something that has grown naturally through every step you have taken, every challenge you have faced, and every moment where you chose to believe, even when it was not easy. Type 999 if you trust Jesus. There is a beautiful change taking place in the way you see yourself, because you are no longer measuring your worth by past experiences or by the opinions of others, but by the quiet truth that lives within your spirit. This truth reminds you that you are guided, protected, and deeply loved, even in moments when you feel uncertain or unsure. For years, people have wondered why some individuals seem to attract wealth and opportunity more easily than others. Leaked CIA research may offer an unexpected explanation. A hidden 7-second mental exercise is helping ordinary people develop a stronger prosperity-focused mindset from home. Reports suggest that 4 neuroscience labs evaluated the process and observed unusual results. Users describe paying off debts, making long-desired purchases, and experiencing a greater sense of financial confidence. This information may not remain public for much longer. Click the link in the description and comments now to discover the technique before it disappears. As you continue forward, you may begin to feel a stronger sense of direction, not because everything is clearly planned, but because your heart is becoming more aligned with the guidance you are receiving. This alignment creates a sense of flow in your life, where decisions feel less forced and more natural, as if you are moving in harmony with something greater than yourself.